I work with women around, their midlife kind of stage of life who want to develop and strengthen their glutes and just develop strength. And then I also work with football players on their nutrition. So different type of clients, but the result is helping them feel confident in themselves to be able to perform, not just on the field, but in their workforce or workplace, I should say, and then making sure that they are feeling stronger than they ever.
I'm Peter Anthony, and this is the Utah Business Spotlight. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I am here today with Nathan Brennan. He is absolutely so cool, and he's going to talk to us about personal training and how he's doing it in a different way. Thank you, Nathan, for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you, brother. So first and foremost, let's get it out of the way. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Coach Nathan Brennan, or you can find me on Facebook, Nathan Brennan, BrennanFitnessAcademy.com. You can find me too.
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
BrennanFitnessAcademy.com. Find him there. You're going to get tons and tons of information there. Nathan, tell us about, there's so many fitness places. It's so competitive, especially here in Utah. You're killing it. People are flocking to come to you. What's making you different right now in the moment? Besides the fact that you dress fantastic.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So I would say that it's the matter of just the expertise. I've been a certified personal trainer since 2012, gone through a lot of different certifications, programs, and I just find that I'm really connected with my clients and they trust me because the experience and just being a professional, because that's the key thing that I separate myself is having that professionalism, my clients, and giving the results.
Define professionalism for me. What is professional? Everybody uses the word. They say, well, if I ask a restaurant, what makes you better? People say customer service, right? But interestingly enough, 7 out of 10 people would leave their hairstylists or restaurants based on poor customer service. But everybody thinks they have great customer service. So the interesting thing is customer service fails. Share with me, because you're clearly doing something different. How are you defining professionalism?
I think the way that you speak to your clients and then making sure that you're giving value and that you're the person of your word.
I love it. So speak to them as if they're important, give value as if it's meaningful, and keep your word. Those are some of the fundamental values and core beliefs that you're following that are making a difference in your company right now.
Yes.
I love that. That's so cool, man. Well done, brother. And now, what is your physiology value hierarchy for clients coming in? Is it to get them down to 5% body fat? Is it to get them more mobile? What is what you're doing right now for your clients? What does that look like?
Yeah. So to keep it short, I work with women around, their midlife kind of stage of life who want to develop and strengthen their glutes and just develop strength. And then I also work with football players on their nutrition. So different type of clients, but the result is helping them feel confident in themselves to be able to perform, not just on the field, but in their workforce or workplace, I should say, and then making sure that they are feeling stronger than they ever.
I like the first word you used was confidence. It wasn't about physique. It was about confidence. The second word you used was strength, right? We want to help make them more confident. And that confidence comes from being a little stronger so that they can perform at the level, whether it's in their careers or in their athletic endeavors.
Yes.
I love that. That's super cool, man. And how did you come out? I think it's a great name, your fitness academy. How in the world, what made you want to call it a fitness academy?
Yeah. So back in 2017, I already had about 5 years under my belt as a personal trainer. I moved here to Utah in 2017, June of 2017 to be exact. And I was trying to figure out a business name because I was starting my own business as a trainer because I also do online coaching, and I was going through the certification and of the time to do online training. And it said hey, pick a business name that would fit best. And the certification name was called Online Trainer Academy. So I took out the last word academy, and with me, my last name is Brennan Fitness. I wanted to make it more of people feel belonged and that they have a place they can call home.
I love that. And the word academy implies structure and completion. And I love that when people go through your process, it's you're introducing them to a new structure and helping them move towards the complete understanding and implementation of that structure on their own. That's so cool. And I'm really grateful that you're digging deep into the human condition to do things like that. Well done, brother. That's cool. Who's your favorite type of client?
Yeah, so I would say if we're kind of going the two type of clients, I would say women, again, 40 to 50 years old.
Give me an example of what a 50-year-old woman is going to experience with you.
Yeah, they're going to feel stronger. They're going to feel more control with their nutrition. It's not a fad diet with nutrition, but it's going to be sustainable. They're going to build strength with the training they're doing at home or with me in person. So they're feeling stronger than they were before, because a lot of women just are not feeling stronger.
Will they see a difference?
They will see that difference in the sense of their energy as well. They'll feel like they're more trimmed up, and they're building that lean muscle as well. And the key thing is just like knowing that they're worth it.
I love it. So and that goes back to the confidence piece. For you, creating confidence is your core fundamental driver. You want them to create confidence through strength, through physique, through understanding. And the more they implement it, the more confident they become, the happier they become. And that's how that burst of energy continues to grow. It's really quite clever, Nathan. We're super proud of you here. I'm very, very proud of you. What you're doing is important. Give us an example of one of the athletes you're working with, because generally athletes, they're already bulked up, they're already strong. To be a D1 or a professional athlete, you're already confident, right? You couldn't have got there if you weren't. So what are you doing for those people?
Yeah, so nutrition is the big missing piece for all these athletes. They already have the train aspect, but knowing what foods they need to be eating to help fuel their body, because their body, the reason why they're getting paid so much money is because they're outperforming at a high level. But having the right nutrition is going to give them more of that cutting edge on the field, that they're going to be able to execute better, and they're going to be more present, and they're able to just going to be more of that reliable team member on that team there.
I like that. So tell me, give me a do and a don't nutritionally. I know that's a hard question, right? Because it's probably a little different for everybody. But what takes away from energy and what gives energy?
Yeah. So I would say what takes away from energy is feeling like you have to restrict your food intake or feel like really deprived, because when you're so restrictive, then it's over time, long term, it's not as sustainable. What does it do is making sure that you're finding the right foods that are giving the right energy to perform the best. And to keep it really short is that having what foods are going to help agree with your system, because everybody has different types of bodies and how they're built. So knowing what foods are going to help them in their overall physiology to perform better. So just knowing that at a personal level, hey, these foods are going to work great for you, but maybe not these ones overall, so who they need to become.
I love that. And so give me an example of a food that's good and a food that's bad.
Okay. So I would say anything that if you see a lot of like sugar, pretty much like, fructose or high fructose corn syrup.
So swig is bad.
Probably not the best if you're trying to be level up and get your energy to be able to perform at the high level. Mm-hmm. What's going to be good for you is, again, depending on the athlete. I have a player right now, I'm doing coaching for the NFL draft. He has type 1 diabetes. So we want to make sure he's getting enough protein in his diet. So he's getting that lean chicken, lean beef, a good quality whey protein powder is going to help too.
Excellent. That's super cool. So you get athletes prepared, right? My kids go to Corner Canyon, so anytime you want to come down there and get our athletes prepared, we want to take it to the next level, brother. It's so much fun, and I love that, and I'm being playful, but Is this something that we can implement eventually in high school so that they start to understand it at the high school athletic level? Because it seems to me like whatever I learned in high school is what I'm going to repeat in college, and then whatever I am left with is what I'm going to become over life.
That's a great point. Is with the world of NIL in college athletics, players coming out of high school need to be prepared more than ever to play at a high level in the collegiate level. And then obviously going into the NFL, if we're taking the football perspective, because these players need to know how to eat the right foods. So then when they come to college, they have the system and the right routine they need to fuel their body, because they know it's not really taught much in high school. At least when I was playing, I wish I knew this, and here I am.
Right, and that's the thing. I mean, sometimes what has been omitted from our lives is that what we search for, and then when we find it, we want to bring it to others. Hence the hero's journey, right? And I think that you're coming full circle in the hero's journey. You're a heck of an athlete. I've heard the prowess about what you've done and what you do. You're in great shape, clearly, which we love as well. But you help others find that path. And they don't have to be super athletes to find confidence again. And I love that that's what you're bringing to Utah. And it's so important because we lose that edge. And in order to get it back, we need to be a little stronger, a little bit more flexible, a little bit more endurance, and a lot more energy. So between the nutrition and the physicality that you're introducing, your academy's killing it. And we want to thank you. And we want to make sure that you continue in perpetuity. So I want you guys to look Nathan up. I want you to share, like, subscribe, comment. I want you to go out there, and I want you to be an army of incredibly excited people and find out some of the things that he's doing that's making it different for the fitness community here in Utah and how you can become a part of that. Nathan, thank you, man. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Yeah, I just say that, confidence is something that you develop over time. And if you feel you don't have that, start today and just having that belief in yourself, because you are worth it. You really are. Because a lot of times we are in this world that, we're defined and labeled by certain things, but you have what it takes. And anyone that's listening here, I believe in you. And I know that you have that unique 1% uniqueness factor. So just know that.
I love that. Nathan, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Utah Business Spotlight. I am your host, Peter Anthony, and this was a blast, baby. Bam!